across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on Sunday.
This is about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Oh, what's up? Giddy up. Welcome to Food to Stop Uncuffed Mondays. The top of the week, baby. You know what that means. You know that I'm live with Jay Derrell and myself as we go over all the police news. Today's show is brought to you by manscaped.com and ghostbed.com/wolfpack. We got a lot on the docket tonight. We got some chick who killed her husband and then wrote a book about it, or wrote some kind of a book. We'll get into it. Another woman's hiding cocaine in her pregnant stomach. Cows lead North Carolina officers to some kind of a suspect. We'll get into that. We've got a fake hero. We got some stolen valor going on with the Texas mall mass shooting. And then we've got chaos in Philadelphia prisons. But it's been a great week. We are not in the new studio as promised. I'm working on it. We've just got a little bit of work to do on the we got to do all the mudding and the drywall, but we will be in the new studio next week. I promise you. But everything's been going good, man. How has your week been going? You had a comedy show at my distillery this weekend. It was super good.
Hold on.
What?
Don't say another motherfucking word.
What?
First of all, before we went on live,
Yeah.
to entertain and talk about all this stuff,
Okay.
you said, "Hey Jay, hold up, dude," before sounding like fucking Brandon Fraser on Encino Man or whatever that movie. You sound just like Bill and Ted Adventure.
I sound like
Bill and
Encino
Ted
Man?
Adventure. Hey dude, hey look, sounding like you're not from Florida, sounding like you're from California, right? Surfer, like a surfer.
I am a surfer. I grew up on St. Augustine Beach, Florida.
See,
Bro,
you've been in Johnson County for how long now?
13 years.
Lost all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just
Damn
as
it.
country as my ass, okay? Anyway, you're gonna tell me, hey, before we start the show, you want some water? I said, yeah, I'll take a bottle of water. You got up, you got up, you walked the hell out, you came back with one beer.
I said there's no water.
Right, but then you proceeded to sit there, crack open that beer, and start drinking in front of me like I don't drink beer.
You drink beer?
I would.
I've never seen you drink a beer.
From Johnston County, North Carolina.
Shit,
The
dude,
home
I
of
didn't know.
liquor. They run illegal liquor here.
I didn't know that you drank beer.
Yes.
I'll get you. You want a beer?
Yes.
I'll get you a beer.
Please.
Hey, go get Jay Derrell a beer.
I mean,
Since we don't have water. I
You
didn't know.
gonna promise me water? At least come back. You could have came back with 2
I'm
beers. And
embarrassed.
asked, hey man, you could have peeped your head in and said, hey, we don't have no water, but you want a beer? No, you. Just
I guess
came
it's because I was thinking I really wanted water and I was upset that all they had was beer, but I had to drink something because I can't do the show without something to wet my whistle.
Then you're gonna ask me, a black man, if I drink. How many black men you know that don't drink?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I didn't know.
Well, I can tell you, everybody I know black drink. Even in the church. Even the black people that go to church drink.
Oh
right.
man, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed by my actions. What a shitty co-host I am. And listen, all I can say is I'll do better. All I can say is I'll get better at it. Thank you. Just put it over there on the table. Thanks. Appreciate it. I didn't know. Guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'll get better. I'll be a better person next week. But as I said, we do have a lot going on with this show.
Do we have any water sponsors? Deer Park, somebody out there that can sponsor me some water. I can make sure I have some water.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Saranac Black and Tan, which is the only beer.
He said, what do I drink? I drink anything. Anything.
Now I have to take a sip because my lips are parched after laughing so much. The comedy show at the distillery was absolutely hilarious. I do have one question though. The final act, she was incredible. She was really funny. She was from Atlanta. And I know that she was just doing it to be funny. It's not all an act, but sometimes there's a little bit of truth to comedy. So I had to ask. She was like, I was scared when I came up in this joint. They got that big ass flag, bunch of white people to greet me. Is the American flag, is that like off-putting to black people now?
No. Well, she's mixed. She's half black,
Was
half
she
white.
like she's like Puerto Rican or something?
No.
Oh, she's half black,
and
half white.
Mhm.
I knew she was something. She was androgynous.
So she said her dad was white. Her
Her
dad
dad's
was mom black.
But she was like, I came in here, I was getting scared. I saw that big ass flag. Is the big ass American flag scary?
No, it's just
That was just part of the act.
right.
Okay. But everybody laughed really hard at that.
The thing is, the setup that you have at the distillery.
Does it look rednecky?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so.
If anything, you know my crowd.
Yeah.
They love it.
Good.
They love the atmosphere. They said this is nice. I mean, even the guy she brought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was killer, dude. He was cool. He was super funny.
He wants to come back.
He was
wants
really
to come
funny.
back too.
Yeah.
They like it, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we have something great.
It is
going
funny though, because like I can tell the new people that come, because we've been doing this for about a year now.
Mhm.
Every 2 months, 3 months, we do it every year. But I can always tell the new people because they come and then I try to help them park and they get like an attitude. They're like, but then like all the ones that have been there before, they're like, hey, there's one girl, she gets a selfie with me every time. She loves me. I don't know who she is, but she says get something. But anyway, we're gonna we had a great weekend. The comedy show was incredible. It sounds like there might be a 4th of July comedy show. I don't know if we can work out the
Yes, we
deets
might
on
do a
that.
little cookout.
Ooh,
That'd be
oh,
nice.
that would be fun. Do it out on the lawn, do a little cookout. Ah, that would be nice. That
I
would
already
be
have
nice.
my cooks, the chefs already. I just hit them up. They looking at their schedule now.
Good.
I
Get
have
them on
about
there,
2 or
man.
3 already lined up.
I'm excited. It's going to be good. Thank you for everybody that's in the live chats. We've had so many more members join the Patreon this week. Tomorrow on Last Call, I'll read off some of our top subscribers on Patreon. But we couldn't do any of this without our advertisers. That's ghostbed.com and Manscaped for tonight, and also all of our paid YouTube members and our paid Patreon members. David J in the chat's dropping 10 bones. He says it's for water.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's so Jay Derrell won't
I
be
appreciate it.
thirsty anymore. But thank you guys so much for all of that. If you want to support the show, you don't have to give us money for water. You could just go tell a friend, phone a friend, share it with a friend, copy it, and put it on your Facebook.
Upgrade it to beer.
Upgrade it to beer. Send us a 12 or a 12 pack. What kind of beer do you drink?
Man, I drink anything. I was
Really?
military. You know,
That's true.
law enforcement. You know, we
You just
drink
it all.
We used to drink anything.
Whatever somebody sends you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as it was wet. You know.
It has alcohol in it.
Yep.
I'll pretty much drink anything except Bud Light. Only
Cool.
because I'm afraid to drink Bud Light right now because I don't want people to look at me funny. Like I don't want them to guess.
I
where
don't
I'm
like
politically.
Bush. Bush to me,
Anheuser-Busch?
yeah,
Yeah.
Bush.
But I'm
I
a
mean, I drink
Budweiser
Bud.
guy.
I love Budweiser.
I like
But
Budweiser.
Bush,
Bud
the actual
Light's-
Bush, Coors Light is like water. I feel like I'm drinking
I
water.
feel
don't-
like
I don't
Bud
get
Light,
drunk.
Coors Light, Natural Light, it's all water to me. I can't drink any of that light shit.
See, I used to drink that hard stuff. I used to drink like Old English 800 and St. Ives and
Stereotype.
Ice High.
Did you ever drink Schlitz?
Yes.
Dude, okay, so my grandfather, who was probably pretty fucking racist, he's dead now. I have no idea. They were homeless. He was a homeless dude for a long time. Passed away, alcoholic, just
They have the best drinks.
he's just a bad dude. But one time he was and he lived like in a condemned hotel.
Mm.
My mom grew up homeless with 9 brothers and sisters
Wow.
for a long time. Yeah, she's got incredible stories, like running from Child Protective Services. My mom's got wild stories, dude. Wild stories. But anyway, when I was a kid, I only vaguely remember this. I was probably like 16, but somebody went out to the store and brought back Schlitz for him, and he lost his fucking mind. He used all the racial slurs, dude. He was like, "What do I look like?" Blah, blah, blah. So that's when I was like, "Whoa, Schlitz like a black thing?" Like I didn't know because I've had white friends that drink Schlitz.
Yeah.
But according to my grandfather, Joe, which take with a grain of salt, that was a black person only beer.
Colt 45.
Oh,
God.
I stole some Steel Reserve from a homeless dude once
Yeah.
out in the woods. He was sleeping. He had a
Crazy
cooler.
horse. Out on the west coast. Crazy horse will get you toe up. You drink one
Oh, crazy
32
horse.
ounce bottle, you done.
So what is your drink? Do you remember before we jump into the show? Do you remember the Por Locos? They were that Mexican. It was like caffeinated. It was like a alcoholic caffeine drink, energy drink. They were called Four Locos. Damn, I bet you've arrested 10 dudes because of Por Loco. You just didn't know it. That was like the Mexican Coke. Yeah, there it is right there. You never seen that in the gas stations? Four Loco? Bro, super alcoholic, and it's like super liquor. It's like a malt liquor energy drink. It's like Colt 45 and Monster combined. I feel like my liver just died thinking about that, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's jump into today's show. We've got so many things to cover today. We got to keep it moving. The first story of the night. This is a story. I think you sent me this story. But this is a woman. Her name is Kouri Richins. Now, by the spelling of her name, I could tell she's crazy. That's a Kouri. Who names their fucking kid Corey and spells it like that?
Black folk.
She ain't black. She's white.
Really?
Oh, she's white. She's really
she must
pretty
live
too.
in the hood. She must be in the hood.
No, she's pretty. She's well to do. Throw up a picture of this Kouri. If you're following us on YouTube on audio only, you're not going to see this, but you can go to our Instagram and check it out on Failure Stop. We'll put it up on the stories. Yeah, look at this is her right here. Really pretty.
Yeah. She's
Really pretty, and not even
teeth.
crazy pretty. Not like crazy looking pretty. She looks like cute girl next door. Pretty.
Somebody you would take out to a nice restaurant.
Yeah, twice, and return her calls
in public.
And I'd take her home to my mom.
Yeah.
Hey mom, meet my. She looks kind of like maybe she's a doctor or nurse or something. I don't know. I can't tell. But her parents failed her by spelling her name Kouri. There's only when you spell your kids' names like that and you fuck them up with their names, it's just going to lead to bad things. And unfortunately, this story led to really bad things. She was having an alleged affair, cheating on her mans, cheating on homeboy. Not only was she cheating on homeboy, he's been sick for like 3 days, so just let him cough. He's putting a candy cane inside of his body right now. Just drink that beer that we brought you. I brought you that cold, crisp beer. You ain't even drinking it.
I'm trying to recover. He want me to be a drunk. Be drunk and sick. Ain't that some shit? And I will be throwing up. Ain't that something? I'm just gonna sip.
Drink it. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to sip it. This is social media land. You can do whatever we want. So she's allegedly cheating on her man. Her name is Kouri Richins. Her husband's name is Eric Richins. He's 39. She's just a little bit younger. And she goes and orders some like low grade fentanyl from a drug dealer who goes by the name CL in her phone. And shortly after that, her husband gets sick. They don't know what it is, but he gets real sick one night. Wakes up the next day. It's fine. Calls his family members and a couple of his friends and say, hey, listen, if I die, I think it's because my wife is poisoning me. And they were known by relatives and friends to not be having a great marriage. And he was only tolerating her shit, but he was allegedly doing it for the kids. He was hanging in there for the kids.
So how
she's out there cheating.
So how was he ingesting it? Was she cooking it, putting it in his neck bones?
Right. She was putting it in his cocktail. She was making him Moscow mules.
And he drinking like a fool.
And he was drinking it because he didn't know. So, after he gets sick one time, he's like, yo, I think she might be poisoning me, whatever. Well, then a couple of weeks go by and she buys a big, a higher dose of fentanyl. And she goes to put him to bed, brings him a Moscow mule, and says that one of their children, they have 3 children, is having a night terror and she's going to go sleep in the room with him. Now, this is where it gets sketchy because she told the investigators that she left the phone plugged into by her bed in her room. But during the investigation, they found that that's not true because she was sending out text messages that had been deleted, but the on and off of her phone, the screensaver time, it all had been going on all the way up till 3:00 in the morning when she got up and checked on him and he was cold dead. She also said she did CPR. They've got zero evidence of chest compressions. It's always has like bruising and shit. So after she kills this dude, she poisons him with fentanyl. Spoiler alert. She just says she doesn't know what happens, like blah, blah, blah. She gets off with it. But she had changed the life insurance policy over to her name. She changed the will before he died, manipulated the will. And then she writes a book all about grief with her children. It's a children's book. And she gets it published. So investigators are like, damn, this lady's making a lot of money off of this dude's death and she got rich quick, because Eric Richins comes from a very prominent family as well, very well-to-do family. So they open up this investigation. They get her phone. They get a search warrant for the house, and they find tons of messages between her and this drug dealer. And
both of them,
she murdered.
He died. He was a dumbass.
You think so?
He was a dumbass, because if your relationship is not going right, and you know that you just there for the kids, I'm not eating or drinking shit she cook or make. I'm sorry. I'll be Uber Eats if I'm if I don't cook it, shit. It's gonna be they're going what them
hungry man.
Hungry men. That's all I'm eating. I'm going to order pizza for the kids. Well, you the kids, y'all eat the damn pizza you want. I'm vegan now or something. Hell no, I'm not eating. She dumb because, first of all, what is the first rule of a spouse or significant other? Could be your boyfriend, could be just a real close friend. Nate, who is the first suspect? You're the very first suspect. If you're married,
especially when there's $3.6 million on the line,
right? That's first thing they come on. They're gonna talk to everybody. How's their marriage? And you know everybody has an opinion about everybody else's relationship. They've been fighting, they've been arguing, they weren't on good terms, you know. And somebody told the lover he was only there for the kids.
Yeah.
Bam. And
the slain man's sister told the court that he became violently ill after Corey gave him a drink during a trip to Greece several years ago. Telling her he thought his wife just tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm. See,
the slain. So then, meanwhile, Eric suffered from a drug problem and he overdosed by himself. That's the story that she gave, that he had this drug problem and blah 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 blah. But you know, he's a prominent businessman, and all of his friends are like, dude, this guy's not
exactly. That's what I'm saying. She act like she the only one that know him. Yep. Okay, because you married to him. What about his friends? You don't think they're gonna ask other family members? She act like she was the only one that was gonna get interviewed. No, they're gonna ask other people, neighbors, the kids. They're gonna talk to everybody, not just you. Well, you know why? Because your ass is the main suspect. Dude. You got to prove your ass is not involved or you didn't kill him. And once you're proven that you're not it, then they will look for other people. But you're the number one suspect. That's where they're gonna look. This shit go back to Dragnet days. You ever watch Dragnet?
Oh yeah,
man. Sergeant Friday and Gannon. I watch this shit all the time. Even it's so funny. That was back in the 60s. But when you watching and they're doing real cases, that they was doing, and it was just something just like that too. And you sitting there, you like, damn.
I just don't like. I mean, for cheating on your husband, why do you gotta kill him? Oh well, to get all the money.
That's the money. But
I mean, aren't you going to get paid when you get divorced anyway?
Exactly. You could take. I mean, you got the kids.
$3 million.
9 times out of 10, the kids are gonna go with the mom. Yeah, she's a good mother. The kids.
I mean, that's what I want, though. If I leave my wife, I want my kids to go with her. I don't want 4 kids with me while I'm out there sowing my wild seed.
Well, you know. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. I love my wife. Because when I cheat on her, I feel bad. That's how I know.
I mean, they're young. Child support's a motherfucker. You better stay your ass with her.
Dude, listen, I have 5 kids. I ain't cheating on her, dude.
It's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Plus, she puts out. So I'm all right. So here's the evidence.
Kids. Huh? It's obvious he puts out. You got 5 kids.
Listen, I'm a horny dude.
And y'all still young.
I mean, pushing 40, dude.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
She can still put out smoke.
Yeah. No, I'm getting sniffed after this. I like microwave all my food with my dick, like right next to the microwave, trying to like kill it. Trying to zap all those swimmers, those Michael Phelpskis. That's what I call my sperm, Michael Phelps.
I heard that's what they wanted to do with rapists. They wanted to snip.
They
them.
do. They
castrate
them. Chemically castrate them.
Yeah. Some shit.
Chemically castrated. I'm not doing that. If I couldn't have a boner, if I couldn't have sex, I don't think there's anything to live for me.
It would be hard. I mean,
it would be soft.
Yeah, that's
Get
right.
it?
Yeah, that would be soft.
Get
hard.
it?
You're right. It would be.
Shortly before his death, Kouri allegedly tried to name herself the beneficiary of his life insurance policy, but Eric reportedly changed it back to his sister's name without telling his wife.
Smart
Bum,
man.
bum, bum. There he goes.
He
He's
did
getting
do
smarter.
One, yeah, he did
He's getting
one thing
smarter.
smart.
Eric later warned his family that if anything happened to him, she was to blame. This is the second time he said that. Then the husband died March 4th, 2022, just days before Kouri closed on a $2 million deal to buy a 22,000 square foot home, a deal for which he had refused to pay. He refused to pay.
But she wanted
it. Yep. 2 weeks later, she put the property back on the market, trying to do more than double her money by flipping it by nearly $5 million.
Wow.
God, fucking rich people, dude. Mo money, mo problems. Kouri later went on to pen a tearjerker children's book about coping with grief. I had to kill my husband and I'm
She
so
did some
rich.
OJ shit.
Yeah, she did. Kouri faces charges of first-degree aggravated murder, multiple counts of second-degree possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. She's due back in court May 19th. It's just in a couple of days, so we're going to have to really follow up on that.
You
know
know
what? I feel sorry for the kids in this.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Is that what you want to say?
Yep.
Great
the
minds.
kids, man. The kids, man.
I wonder if they have fucked up spelled
not
names.
only that, but they're gonna read as they get older. They're gonna find out why mama ass is in jail, why she in prison.
Maybe they're going to write a book.
You know, exactly. Not even that, but just now it's like, okay, all the kids gonna get their father's money. You know, all the riches and stuff.
My mom's a cheating, murdering bitch.
You know,
written by Corey Jr.
You know, but it's bad because they lose both parents.
That's true.
Regardless of.
But she murdered the fucking dad. Like, that's some diabolical shit right there. Like, damn, dude. Like, and she's cheating on him?
Yeah. Now, I wonder, did they interview the guy she's cheating with?
Oh,
would that be some shit?
Oh, you know they did.
Oh.
That'll come out in court, though, probably.
Yeah. He probably was in on it. Of course. He probably.
You think he was in on
it? Kill that motherfucker, girl. We can take that money and we can do this and that.
Yeah.
No, it had to. I guarantee. If he didn't tell her to kill her, he got some money out her ass. I guarantee it.
But I mean, she's already got to be filthy rich if they close on a $2 million house,
right?
Just so that they could flip it.
The thing is, they was closing together. She want his ass gone. She wanted him out the picture. She was like, "Okay, yeah, thank you for blessing me with 3 kids. Then your ass got to go."
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I just married you for your looks. I wanted 3 cute kids. And now I'm going to Casey Anthony your ass. Speaking of Casey Anthony, happy Mother's Day. Belated Mother's Day. Next story. It's a real doozy here. This one's a real doozy. Women hid over 3 pounds of cocaine under a fake pregnant belly. The first time I heard about these fake pregnant bellies was when the trans dudes wanted to be pregnant.
Well, see, I knew about those bellies because we did it in the movies.
Oh, okay.
A couple of films.
I forget you always work in movies.
The ladies, wore the fake bellies, so I knew about it. So when I saw that, man, you talking about something hilarious. Oh my god!
Did you ever put one on?
No.
That'd be super funny. Come home, act like you're pregnant.
I ought to do a movie out like that.
That would be really funny.
Yeah. I ought to do a skit.
Yeah, like a transvestite, like the first trans pregnant dude, like immaculate reception.
I ain't putting on no dress though.
Why?
No,
Dude, you got great legs.
No.
Oh, your legs are beautiful. You look good in a
you
dress.
haven't seen my legs. Hey, you remember I told you I fell? I came out the house and slipped.
Yeah.
Concrete don't give too easily.
No.
Tore my knees up.
Oh, yeah.
That's airborne.
That's what tore your knees up.
How many successful jumps I've had. And I came out there, was on the ground. I didn't go airborne. I was on the ground. Fell and, legs got the wobbling like I was on skates. And my dog sat there and looked at me. You should have seen his face. I was cussing. I think he was scared. He thought I was going to kick the shit out of him or something. Because I was mad. I was like, I'm looking at him like, you could have broke my fall.
Yeah. Dude, my son does that. Whenever like he stubs his toe or something, he like yells at his brothers. He's like, "Oh, August. Oh, it's your fault." I'm like, "How was it August's fault? He's over there playing Pokemon." I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You gotta take it out on somebody.
Take it out on somebody. I guess he watches me take it out on my wife all the time. Oh, I had a bad day at work, woman. Make me dinner. I'm just kidding. I've never yelled at my wife. I've never yelled at my wife.
She look like she don't take no shit off of you.
Dude, I have never yelled at my wife. I've never said anything mean. I've never called my wife a name. I've never called my wife a bitch. I've never referred to her as a bitch. I've never publicly humiliated her or made fun of her. I'll grow up her titties in public.
I said it
like
one time. I called my daughter's mother a bitch. First time ever. And I missed the first 6 years of my daughter's life because of that.
Yeah. Don't
She
do
was
it,
pregnant.
man. Like,
she was pregnant, and we got in a big time argument. Of course, I was in the military, so you know, I
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
shit
yeah.
up. I used to hear other cats, you know,
Yeah,
dudes
for sure.
say that, and I said, "What the fuck, bitch?"
Oh,
Next
damn.
thing I know, I was like 6 years later. You know, I kind of had an idea she was mine, but she kind of, you know, hurt people.
Yeah.
So when you hurt, you know, I felt I was hurt, so I wanted to hurt her.
Yeah.
And what way to hurt a black woman is to call her out a name. You call a black woman out their name. Oh,
What do you mean
ooh,
call out their name?
call them a bitch. Call
Oh,
them,
call 'em a
yeah,
bitch,
call them
yeah.
the C word. You know, that's even
Ooh.
worse too. You know,
I love cunt though.
You
That's
say- you-
that's my
you
favorite.
say-
I
you
would
say-
never say it to my wife, but
right.
I love saying
But
cunt.
those are like those. They rank right up there with the.
Let me
N-word,
ask you this:
know
we
what I'm
cuss
saying?
a lot on this show.
Mhm.
We do. We swear. I listen to another show. They swear a lot, and they started referring to the C word as the C word instead of just saying cunt.
Mhm.
Why are we all saying C word? Why don't we just say cunt?
Because it's like
What do you mean?
It's like
it's
the
fucking
highest-
dumb.
it's offensive,
How is it offensive?
but it's offensive to who you
Cunts?
call it to, right?
Don't be a cunt. Being
Right.
a cunt, being a bitch, and being a cunt are two totally different things.
But to women, they're both highly offensive.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not giving society another word. That's it. You can have the N word. That's it. I'm not saying C word, F word. I'm not saying it. I will not ever say the N word.
Mhm.
But all the other words, I'll fucking say them all the time. I'm just not going to do it. I think it's stupid. They're just fucking words. You know, other cultures don't even have words like that.
No, I mean, I don't know. I ain't been to
Afghanistan
every-
doesn't have any. They don't have any cuss words.
That's because they cut your fucking tongue out if you say something else wrong.
Probably.
you know, you don't have the opportunity to cuss or
Probably.
say an offensive word. But I mean,
A lot of cultures don't have cuss words. A
Nah.
lot of cultures don't
I mean,
have
that's
cuss words.
just like the word motherfucker.
That's a great word.
It's you know what, Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac has took ownership of the word. When you listen, like he said the word motherfucker is a noun. It's just it describes a person, place,
Yeah.
or thing,
Yeah.
and he ain't never lied.
No, what I'm saying is, like, on the surface, cunt should be the same as motherfucker. Like, if you really listen, motherfucker, somebody who fucks their mom versus a cunt, which I think is just an acronym for can't understand normal
but
thinking.
to be fair, you don't want everybody fucking your mother.
No.
You know, so when you do, you know, you motherfucker, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, it just sounds better to me.
I like it.
Motherfucker run,
But I love
rolls
cunt.
off my tongue better
Dude,
than
listen,
me.
when somebody's being a cunt, like, they're, you know, some people can be dicks, or they can be being a cunt. And I don't even use it for a girl. Like, I'll use Drew Breezy for an example. If Drew Breezy's having a bad day, he might act a little cunty. He's been a little cunty today. I'm going to leave him alone.
I don't
right?
know. I don't know. Some people be like, man, you acting like a bitch.
Well, if he was acting like a bitch, that would be like a different meaning. That would be like he's calling me and, like, you know, wanting to be petty and all this. So I'd be like, dude, you're acting like a real bitch right now. When you're acting cunty, it just means like a little moody, you're acting cunty, standoffish.
Oh no.
You know, you're not bitchy. Bitchy is
I
like,
tell you
I'm
what,
all in
I
your
tell
shit.
you what, why don't we have a social experiment?
Okay.
And the next one at my show,
All right.
well, all those black women up there, and I want you to get up there and ask them if would they be offense. Would they take offense to the word being called a cunt? Or
Yeah, but I
a
wouldn't.
bitch?
I'm not saying like, yeah, I mean, I could see them being more
They'd be ready to whoop
offended
your ass.
by being a cunt. Maybe it's different in I don't know, but like fuck, you go to Australia, you go to England. Like, I played rugby for years. I mean, we threw cunt around a lot.
See, well, in the black culture, African American culture, they don't use cunt like that.
Yeah.
Now we'll say bitch, we'll call it a hoe,
Yeah.
you know, bitch,
This,
like,
that, and the
you know,
third.
something like that. But nah,
Yeah, that's not a
a
cunt
little
word.
too harsh, you know.
I like cunty.
You
I
know.
like, don't be a cunt. Just don't be a cunt.
Mm.
That's
That's
like
ju-
rule number one.
that's
Don't
just like-
be a cunt.
Like now, lesbian, the man of the relationship of lesbians, they call them studs. Back in the day, they would be like, oh, bull dagger.
Oh, bull dyke.
Bull dyke.
Yeah.
Bull dagger.
Yeah.
That would, you know.
A
now
butch.
Right. Stuff like that.
Now they call them the studs?
Studs.
No shit.
That's their name for it. Studs.
No shit.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
But
That's the manly part of the studs. But they still get pregnant too. It ain't like, I mean, they just wear the strap on. That's all.
They're like turkey based.
You know. And I've seen some
Dang.
pretty studs
Really?
out there that be like, girl, what?
Do you think lesbians call each other cunts?
They call each other whatever they want to call.
I guess.
I mean, that's just like guys. I mean,
this cunt in South Carolina. I'm just kidding. This woman, she put 3 pounds of cocaine in a fake pregnant belly. Okay. She, like you've said, you've seen these things, these fake pregnant bellies. I got a picture of it up on the old YouTubes right now. Thank you to Dead Leg Media, an underpaid producer. So the traffic stop started out as the deputies pulled over Anthony Miller and Kamika. Is that Kamika? C-E-M-E-K-A? Kamika? Or is that Samika? Kamika. Mitchum, both of Charlotte, on Interstate 85 on April 12th during a proactive patrol, according to the account from the sheriff's office. Public information officers Shale Raman, I don't fucking know, told ABC News that the stop was predicated on Miller's erratic driving. He allegedly weaved through multiple lanes and nearly collided with a semi-truck. Yeah, that'll do it. Miller and Mitchum behaved nervously during the stop and volunteered that Mitchum was pregnant. The first red flag began when the two had conflicting information about her due date. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's fucking 4 times older than her.
His ass looked like a runaway slave. He looked like he looked like something off of Roots. Look at him. He looked. You've ever seen Django? He the Samuel L. Jackson character. That's what he looked like. Oh my God. And then look at her. No good. Look at her ass. Got to be about 50 something. No good where she ain't pregnant.
I don't know. Anytime you see the neck tattoos, though, man, that does it for me. But if you got neck tattoos, you're like 75% likely to have felonies.
After she figured the gig was up and she got caught, she took off running.
She does take off running.
And I'm talking about, they said she was like track speed. She was hauling ass. That's how they were like, yeah, she.
You think those are real blue eyes?
No, they contact.
Those are contacts, yeah. Mitchum fled from the officers as they grew increasingly suspicious of the conflicting story. Could you imagine chasing a pregnant woman?
Right.
Like, because I mean, do they know that she's not pregnant? Like,
right. Well,
because I mean, that pregnant belly looks real as shit.
Right. But can you imagine what citizens watching it?
But as she ran, the drugs quickly fell from her fake rubber stomach. Both Mitchum and Miller were arrested and faced drug trafficking charges for the 1,500 grams of cocaine. It's not even crack, it's cocaine. I mean, cocaine on the street goes anywhere from $25-$50. If you're in the white side of town, it's $100-$200. Yeah. You know what I mean? Damn. So let's just say on a good day, it's $25. And they have 1,500 pounds. That's a payday. Yeah. That is a payday. Oh, somebody is fucked because somebody's not going to get that money.
Exactly.
Somebody is not getting that money. Somebody's going to get shanked in prison. Somebody's going to have to become a confidential informant, go into protection. That poor old man, they're like, when's she due? And he's like, 9 weeks.
See, he should have just shut the fuck up. That's what he should have done.
When did she do?
Man, I don't know. I just know the bitch is pregnant. You know, something like that. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
I might be to that. I might not be to that. I don't know.
We don't even know the race of this fucking thing.
You know what I'm saying? He can go, you know, she a hoe. She my hoe. You know, it could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
I mean, that. See, dumbass criminals.
Yeah, like if you've got 1,500 grams of cocaine on you, why are you driving like an asshole?
Right.
I'm gonna have one beer tonight and drive home and be like,
right.
10 and 2.
You know, that's crazy though.
It is crazy. I just couldn't imagine chasing because it's like, do you tackle her? Like, I mean, is she pregnant? Like, I mean, I wouldn't imagine that the cops.
What if they
knew
tased her ass? Tased a pregnant woman?
Oh my God.
Because that's what it looked like. Say if the drugs didn't fall out her ass while she was running, and they tased her ass and she fell on her belly. Oh, everybody would have saw that, you know, videos, and they would have saw that. But then when the story came out, of course, you know, then they would have to show the fake belly, show the drugs and all that. Then people, but you know how it is. The very first video or whatever come out or what they see.
All right, so Tactical Dude says right now the going rate is about $60 a gram where he's at. I mean, that's close to 40 grand It's close to 40 grand. Now my wife's super pregnant right now. And I don't know that Imperial Girl in the chat says that pregnant women can't really run that fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, my wife can't run fast anyway.
And she sprinted. They said she took off.
Took off like a track star. Pregnant belly. I just think it's funny that the cops posted pictures wearing the fake belly.
Right.
And it was a white belly.
We do that. We do that
for sure.
Man, we be in the back, in the squad room looking at the guns, getting it ready for evidence. We looking at the gun,
Oh, dude, it's like when people catch fish, they have like all these ways to pose a fish. All the cops they know how they want the money lined up, the guns, all the magazines to make it look bigger than it was. Dude, I've been there, man. I've been on the other end of that. Well, anyway, she didn't waddle fast enough because they caught her. And all I can say is, man, that's 40 grand. That shit's real on the streets. 40 grand's real to fuck with. That's why a lot of people don't run with that kind of money because that's the kind of shit that gets you killed. Like this bitch will, because she's the one that dropped the cocaine. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he was the one that
he probably put it all on her, probably.
Oh,
I thought bitch was pregnant. I ain't know she was going to have a cocaine
yeah, but that's not
baby.
going to fly with the Mexicans that they bought the cocaine from.
That's worse.
They're going to cut him up to pieces.
That's worse than Cocaine Bear. Yeah, have you seen that movie?
I saw the movie. I love it.
They said that was based on a true story.
Yeah, but not very true.
Yeah.
The true story was that the bear got into cocaine and died immediately.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't hurt anybody.
Shit, they made him live throughout the movie like he was a hero. You're right.
God, could you imagine?
He was running around the woods high off of
Well,
cocaine.
speaking of cocaine bears, this is a story right out of our home state, Boone, North Carolina. Now, I own a cabin in Boone. Well, my family owns a cabin in Boone. It's up for sale right now. If you want to buy the Tansey cabin, I think it's like $300,000.
Good God.
Like 15 acres or something like that. It's a beautiful cabin. Beautiful. Anybody wants to buy my family cabin, it's in just outside of Boone. But the Boone Police Department, now if you have never been to Boone, this is where Appalachian State University is. This is where Daniel Boone lived. This is where the Linville son and father were murdered by Indians that were rival Indians were coming to attack other Indians. And these guys were out hunting. And I think it was the Cherokee ran into them and they're like, shit, dude, we can't let them go. So they fucking killed the sons and the dad in Linville. But it's so much history, dude. It's like haunted and shit. There's Valley Cruces, which has some crazy haunting stories. Boone is just a very weird place. You ever been there? It is a weird place. Lots of history there. Some Civil War dudes hid in some caves there. They busted a whole bunch of Civil War deserters that didn't want to fight anymore. They went and hid in some caves, Linville Caverns. Just a lot of history there. Anyway, a man running from the Boone Police Department flees into a field. And when the police get there, the cows began to moo and shake their heads and walk and then come back, moo, walk away, come back and moo. And so the cop was like, I think this cow is trying to tell us something. They follow the cow and it takes them right to the suspect.
Oh, yeah.
So now there's running jokes.
Yeah, get rid of the damn dogs and have a
They said that the cows, unfortunately, are not as cost effective as a dog because it costs more money to take care of a cow.
Shit, they eat grass and hay or grass. Hell,
Could you imagine doing a search warrant and coming in with a fucking cow, udders swinging everywhere? We got a search warrant, police search warrant.
Put a little bell on his neck whenever he find it.
Police search warrant. Ding, 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 ding. Apparently, cows do not want suspected criminals loitering in their pasture.
That's right.
The Bloom police officer says the cows communicated with the officers the best they could and finally found the suspect. They arrested Menton, is the guy's name, on multiple charges, including felony flee to elude, felony flee with a motor vehicle, driving with a revoked license, and disorderly conduct.
They were saying, move him.
Oh,
Move
him.
Move.
Utterly preposterous.
Yeah.
Utterly preposterous. I thought that was a great story. Listen, we got a very sad story. We know that the mass shooting happened in Texas. It was sad. The Mexican white supremacist, which I didn't even know Mexicans could be white supremacists, but I know now that they can. But now I'm learning that the level of fucking douchebaggery knows no bounds. There's no boundaries for how douchey. This is a cunty move. This is a cunt move, I would say. So this guy, I don't even know what to think of him. Do you have a picture of him really quick? Throw that picture. Look at, so he's got this like cowboy hat. He's got a mustache, a mustachio, and he's got one of those like Texas flag button-down shirts, like the Garth Brooks style. So you'd think he's like some kind of like real Texan.
Want to be cowboy.
He's not. He's like an anti-gun, like, I don't know.
He's doing it for politics.
He is.
It was a political move.
It was a political. That's the way I see it. So this schmuck, which is a Jewish penis, I've learned that recently too. Yeah. This schmuck says that he beat the cops there, and that he helped rescue a boy who was covered in blood that was hiding under their mother. Post all over social media about it, because that's what you do when you're a real hero. You post all about it.
Right.
And then he performed CPR and administered first aid.
What about when he was talking about one of the little girls? He saw a little girl didn't have no face.
Yeah.
Her face was shot off.
Her face was shot off.
He said he couldn't really do too much because they was already gone. And they was like, well, what are you here? How are you here? Well, my son works at H&M. And he did a great job of getting his customers and everything in safe. And that's how he found out about it, because he was going to get his son, but he became a hero of all the stuff he was doing. And he kept saying that the police wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then he tried to recant his story.
Yeah. Oh, how would I know if the police were there or not?
Right,
I was over here. So this is what he puts on social media. By the way, I read his other social media. This guy is just a whore. I tried to save them on Saturday, but I couldn't. This is what drives me nuts. When your family member fucking dies in real life, when you have a loved one dies, do not get on social media and post this shit. If you really love someone, it's not about you. It's about your thoughts about them. And when you post shit on social media, you're only doing that so that you can get people to look at you. And before you post anything, say, does this post draw more attention to me or more attention to the person that I lost? And if your post draws more attention to the person you lost and you tell their story and their history and their feelings, then make the post. But if it's all about your woes and your feelings and if you use the word I like more than 3 times, delete the fucking post. Yeah. So he writes, I tried to save them on Saturday, but I couldn't. This could be any family. We must do better in protecting each other. Governor Abbott, please help me take people killer weapons.
Right.
Like the one Allen shooter used off of our streets.
Mm-hmm. What got me, and we talked about this in the past, mental health. He was like, that's not a mental health issue. It was that mental health is not what killed those people. It was guns and those bullets he had that killed those people. When he said that, I knew it was a political thing he was trying to push. Because, again, that dude, you have to have a mental problem to go in and do mass shootings like that. Something is not right mentally.
Yeah.
You and I can't sit here just because we don't like something or disagree with somebody or something. We're not going to get in our car and go up to Crabtree and just open fire on random people.
On randos.
But
you know what? Gang members, so like here's a fun one to talk about, because gang members do it all the time. Gang members have been doing it forever, where they just drive by, randomly shoot onto the street trying to kill somebody. We've never called them mass shooters, though.
Don't.
We don't.
They don't.
And they'll fucking wax like 6 people, 3 people,
but see, they
2 people.
They're doing it for a dumbass purpose.
I mean, I figure anytime that you're killing somebody in mass, it's more likely than not a dumbass purpose. Like I can think of very few good purposes to shoot people in mass.
Exactly. Especially people you don't know.
Right. People,
know, my thing is, somebody said, well, he didn't target people individually, by the color
of
their skin or nothing. He just target that mall. I'm going to go to the mall and just randomly shoot people. What?
A crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Batshit crazy.
Why? And good thing that there was an officer there for another incident who took him down just like that.
Yeah. Popped him. But not according to this guy. This guy says he was the first on scene. The Army veteran, however, insisted that his story is true and said that first responders failed to arrive in a reasonable time to help victims.
Oh, yes. He said he was former law enforcement, too.
Did he really?
Mhm.
This fat piece of shit. Listen, if I'm that fat and out of shape, I'm not claiming that I was in the military because I don't want to embarrass the rest of the military.
Now, the picture he showed on his Facebook page was he shot 44 years ago today. So many people. It was commissioned second lieutenant and blah blah blah. And he said, "I'm proud to be among them." And then he has a whole bunch of them there. The sergeants was in the front, looked like a ROTC, shit. But I guess he's trying to prove, because the police put out that his dumb ass was his stuff was incredible. He wasn't a credible witness.
They're like, witnesses say that he did not perform CPR at all. He did not move any victims, except he did check on one person.
But you know what? I
think he says instead of targeting me on what I did or didn't do, perhaps the Allen Police Department can explain why it took 20 minutes to get to the front of the H&M store where there were injured victims if they were already on site before I got there, he added. Well, dude, if you're running around telling everybody that you're a hero and trying to get a hero's death, and like they're trying to like get the time frame and like how these people got to H&M and where they got, like, you don't think that they're going to talk to witnesses, and the witnesses are, and they're going to put up stories that are different than yours. They're going to be like, wait a minute, this dude said that there was like people with bleeding faces around H&M, and you're saying that you fled towards H&M and that's where you found it was safe and there wasn't anybody there. You know what I mean? Like, of course they're going to find discrepancies and they're going to go back and be like, yo, like, we're not targeting you, but like, we got a whole bunch of people saying that they went over here. We got conflicting stories. So
he was mad. If you go to his Facebook page, he's mad. He posted a picture of him and his son together and was talking about, I'm upset that they talked to my son. They interviewed my son.
Oh no. Because I want to know if their dad's a fucking liar. How old's that dude's son? Probably in his 30s, because that dude ain't young.
Exactly.
That dude ain't no early bird, no spring chicken.
That's crazy. And see, here's my thing. What is worse? Military, people steal military valor.
Yeah, stolen valor.
Say stolen valor.
Yeah.
But this right here, if he's saying he was a former police officer and military officer, that okay, take it if he was. I mean, I didn't see him putting on badges or have medals and Ranger tabs and SF tabs and all that stuff with what we see when stolen valor military. I think this is worse. Saying that saying that your ass performed CPR on somebody, saying that you pulled a kid out from up under his dead mom.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Blood and all that, saying you did all this, and if you didn't, that's worse to me. That's the worst type of stolen valor.
I think so.
And then he did clarify. Oh, I'm not a hero.
Oh, I'm not.
He wanted to try.
I'm
to
not a
hero.
hero, but the men I serve with are.
Right.
I love that.
But I did more than what they did.
I love that when the chief says that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do a damn thing. It was my officers, the proud, the few. He's a double stolen valor. Yeah, he should get like the stolen valor tab. He earns it for just being a real piece of shit. There's actually a Republican politician. I think he just got impeached, but he was out of New York, Republican politician that lied about his family being in 9/11.
Oh, wow.
They were in Portugal.
They don't
even live in America.
Wow.
Yeah. You're a piece of shit when you fucking lie. He also lied about his college transcripts. All right. One more topic before we bounce for the night. I'll keep it short. So Philadelphia, they've got a commissioner or a warden of the jailhouse. I just found out that she's a woman. I've been reading all the stories all day thinking it was a dude. Blanche.
Hold up. You thought a dude name was Blanche, man?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
St. Augustine, Florida. Blanche.
How many dudes you know named Blanche?
Well, let me be honest with you. I read it more of like Blanche, like Blanche, like Blockade.
That still sounds like a female name.
I mean, I don't know. How many girls you know named Blanche?
I know how many dudes you know named Mildred. Right.
But I don't think I've ever met a Blanche.
Do you watch the Golden Girls?
No.
You never seen the Golden Girls?
Straight white dude. Of course I don't watch the Golden Girls.
Hey, so what you trying to say? trying to say I'm a gay black dude?
Probably. If you're watching the Golden Girls.
Yeah, Golden Girls was funny. It was comedy. I'm a comedian, so
You're also
all the
old as
comedians.
shit.
Who?
Because that wasn't on back in my day. You got like 10 years on me, dude. I was watching Full House while you were watching Golden Girls.
Golden man.
I was
no.
watching Step by Step.
Shit, I go back further than that. I grew up watching Sanford and Son.
Yeah, because you're old.
Good times.
Did you watch Cheers?
I didn't really too much care for.
Oh, you know
Cheers.
which one I really, really like? The Urkel.
Yeah,
Steve Urkel.
Family
Family
I
Matters.
met the mother.
Did you
The
really?
mother of her name was Joanne Patton.
The sister
Very
did porn.
Did she?
Mhm.
Well, I
The little
know.
girl.
I know. The brother, the son, Eddie Winslow, he was engaged to Superhead. Her name was. I forgot her real name, but when she got a name like Superhead, you don't give a fuck what her real name is. You know what I'm saying? Superhead because she gave real
Real good head.
Superhead.
Yeah, I can figure that out.
And she slept with almost every famous guy you can name. She
Hell
done
yeah.
been with him. She done gave him something.
Damn,
But,
Superhead.
He was engaged to her.
Well, no, I didn't watch the fucking girl. I thought this dude name was Blanche, but it's a girl. Her name was Blanche. She was running the prisons, and they're 805 staff members short
Damn.
in the prison. 805 staffers short. They said that like even the criminals, of course, the criminals are probably gonna complain, but this was from the fucking corrections union. They said the chaos in the prison, it's gone too far. By the way, they've had like a whole bunch of deaths. Like, do you remember how many people died this year? Like 20? It was like 20 inmates died last year. Something like that. One of the prisoners says, we don't feel safe incarcerated anymore.
I mean, here's my thing. Me, if I was, I don't know.
Well, so listen, it gets worse. So listen, they're 820 officers short. That's 40% short. Most of them are working 12-hour shifts, blah, 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 bunch of woes, whatever. But then, okay, so that happened 2 weeks ago that they get this vote of no confidence. Yesterday or on Monday, yesterday, Monday?
Today, Monday.
Oh, today's Monday, May 10th, so Friday, Thursday.
Okay.
2 inmates escaped the prison just weeks after they vote no confidence in this commissioner here. So 2 dudes escape. Both of them, one's a shooter, one's a murderer.
Hold on. To me, without going any further, it sounded like they was like, we really want to get this bitch out. Let's let somebody escape.
Ah, you said it.
You see what I'm saying?
Put the hammer on the head.
Yeah. Okay, they done made this vote, and to solidify that vote, or to get them to like, you know what? I know y'all want her out, but she haven't done anything. And then, okay, we got something for you.
Oh yeah.
And then boom, 18 hours later.
18 hours and 3 head counts later, they figure out that they're missing.
But
that's smart though.
I
You want her gone.
Right. But you think about it though. She is I guess up there. She's not actually watching or running the jail. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to delegate authority, and the jailers or the correction officers supposed to do that shit. So
but a correction officer can't do it if she's not hiring people. If she's not, if morale is so low,
right? They don't give a fuck. But
like with Chief Tech Brown, morale got to be so low that Raleigh Police Department hemorrhaged officers. And now they got this new chief in there, and she's trying to get officers back.
And she's doing good.
She's doing great. But I mean, the damage is already done, right? Crimes up, violent crimes up 22%.
Oh yeah.
I
was talking to somebody today. Got an argument with this dude. I ain't gonna say, an argument. I said what I said. He said what he said, and just leave it at that. We could agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But he was talking about the crime is not as high now as it was back in the day. I can tell he must have been an older gentleman because he was like 30. I've been 35 years.
Well, I mean, the 90s was really bad.
Well,
the 90s was really bad.
Right.
The 70s was probably the worst.
Exactly.
And then the 90s got pretty bad. But they say from like 2000, like 05 to 2000, I don't know, 14 or 15. I have to go back and read the stats. They said the world was the safest it had ever been. The world as a whole.
Oh,
isn't that crazy? Like there was less people. There was like less civil wars going on, like Myanmar and Burma, and less mass killings going on globally. So that script flipped in 2018. Started to get rough again.
That's crazy.
But what did he say? So he thinks it's worse now than it was 10 years ago.
This lady was like, they need to put on Pool Road. They need to put over there at the food line. They need to put a police substation. And I told
we
her,
had one.
Exactly. I told her, I said, this shit ain't gonna work.
Oh, you talking about the one on Pool Road?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a really. I mean, they have those low income apartments right there
Right.
that you can't do anything about.
Right.
You know, they've been busting drug dealers out of those U-Haul trailers forever. They don't shut that down. But I mean, that food line is pretty shitty. It's a pretty shitty place. I mean, they break into that every other day.
And I told her, I said, a substation is not gonna well, I'm not saying it's gonna solve crimes, but it will make a deterrent. Bullshit. Just because you see, if anything, they'll break into the damn substation and steal shit.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not.
What they need to do is just go down there and fucking
it.
arrest people and keep them
Right,
in jail.
Exactly. They're not manning that. We use that to go write reports, print off reports, or when we take our meal
we
break.
can't even use it anymore because they sued the police department for using that substation on Capitol Boulevard for doing a illegal search in there. It wasn't an illegal search.
Right.
It was just against policy. But you know what I mean? Like, what cop knows that that's not the policy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just the news doing more news shit.
But you know, just
point is that we can't listen. We're coming off the heels of the defund the police movement.
Oh yeah,
we spent 2 years preaching everybody. Not everybody, but you know, a good portion of America, fist in the air, you know, in equality and unity against police. When the police have never been overtly racist, the police have not been, not in the last 10 years, they haven't been.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not saying there's no racist cops out there.
There's plenty out there.
There's out there, but it's not overt, and it's not like we have a pandemic of them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say there's any more racist cops than there are racist school teachers.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It is. It goes both ways. It's both ways. Yeah, you do.
I mean, I think so.
I think it depends on what part of the world you're in. If you're in the South, I think it's worse South.
Really? I think cops in the South are way more friendlier than the cops up north. Bro, Chicago.
Yeah.
Those cops, the New York cops, Chicago cops,
Jersey
cops.
We're down here too. If you think
our cops are way more friendly.
If you think about it, how many? If you look at, I'm pretty sure, I guarantee, if they was to do a what they call
audit
or whatever of where officers from, you have a lot of officers coming from up north. People from up north coming down south in the law enforcement.
And then which ones get the most complaints? The ones that are from the South or the ones that are from the North?
The one from up north?
Probably.
Yeah, they coming down. Most of them are.
I mean, I was just saying, like, I think Southern cops are more polite and courteous on most of the time, generally speaking. Like, I think you're much more likely to have a good encounter with cops in the South than you are a cop in a big city.
Oh yeah.
Like Chicago or New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Southern cops are nosy. We're more nosy and we try to get more personal with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We like to lean up in your car.
Cause see, put the boot on the
step on your face.
Put your boot on the trunk or the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Be talking. You know,
sharing tobacco.
Right. Be putting a chaw in.
Putting chaw in.
Popping the Copenhagen can and putting a dip in. You'd be like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because cops up north, they ask you more. It's their tone too.
Yeah.
The tone of how they ask the question. We can write down a series of questions and let a northern cop and a southern cop read them off, and you would.
But I think people in the South are just generally nicer than people in the North anyway.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, generally speaking,
like
New York's a different animal.
Yeah.
You know, Chicago's a different animal.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, just like
city folk in general are just different people.
That's like down here in the South, homeless people they are not aggressive as they are up north. And
how about
really,
this? I'll say
really
this.
out in California.
Is this racist to say? But I'll say it. I think Southern black people are way nicer than Northern black people.
Oh, yeah,
way fucking nicer. I think, generally speaking, in my experience, the Northern black people are more racist towards white people and don't like white people as much as Southern black people. I'll say it. In my experience, man, Southern black people are fucking nice.
We're more
Kentucky, welcoming. Yeah, they'll hang out with you.
Oh yeah.
Invite you to the barbecue. You go to like a northern one, they'll be like, "Who the fuck brought him here?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
or they think you the police.
right? Like, oh, brother, motherfucking police over
You
here.
done brought
like,
12 to the cookout.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know. I just think it's, I just think people are friendlier in the
Like,
South.
that's all right.
Maybe it's because I was born in the South.
His baby mama's black. It's okay. He can come.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
Keisha, baby daddy.
Oh man. But it doesn't look too good for Philadelphia, but I think you're right on that one, man. I think that might have either been one or two things. One, like, let's get her fired, or two, fuck this place. I don't care enough. I'm not even doing
exactly. I ain't getting hurt.
I'm not getting hurt. I'm not doing either way. She's got to go. She's not,
Yeah.
not doing her job.
Yeah.
Because we'll see what happens over there in Philly.
Ultimately,
But I mean, Philly's
she's
not a great
responsible.
place anyway, is it? Like, Philly's pretty
it's
nasty.
kind of shitty.
Yeah, Philly's got its.
Yeah, shitty.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I
It's
feel
a-
like I hear a lot of bad shit.
it's
coming
just
out of
like, excuse me.
I
It's
just avoid big cities.
It's
in
just like
general.
Raleigh.
Yeah.
Southeast Raleigh.
I say the same thing about
North
Chicago.
Raleigh, you know. Yeah.
Chicago's nice when you're on the north side of Chicago.
Right.
And why is it always the south side that's fucked up?
I know. On it.
Always
Any-
the south side.
Any
South side Jacksonville's
any
fucked up.
city that has a Martin Luther King Boulevard, you know this in a fucked up area. You know it's in a shitty crime area. I'm sorry.
They should make it. They should make like North Hills. They should put like they should move MLK Boulevard to North Hills. Just like it runs right through North Hills. You know, what I'm saying? That'd be a way to get back to
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody would have some complaint. To do with it.
And you would think, and you wonder, you'd be like, why they just don't make it Malcolm X Boulevard? You know, because he was more.
Yeah. What was he like? What was Malcolm X?
He was more violent.
Yeah.
You know, early on he was violent.
Died a violent death. Got
Yeah.
shot with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Blasted on the stage. I actually talked to Kamala Ali. She was on stage when he got shot. She's one of the best interviews I ever had. Muhammad Ali's first wife.
Yeah. She comes here
was-
to North Carolina a lot.
Yeah,
She's
she
always
was
around here.
fucking awesome. She's the coolest chick I've ever met. Listen, guys, gentlemen, if you didn't already know, it's tax season here in the U.S. So you know what that means. It means that Manscaped is here to make sure your paperwork is done and your boys downstairs are having fun. Make sure you spend your tax money on the important things this year, like family, friends, and your balls. Join the 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code WOLFPACK. I use my hair smells like Manscaped right now because I use that Manscaped shampoo and conditioner combined. Makes it easy for my mullet to smell nice and just look nice.
Manscaped is good for black folks' hair too. What will it do to my hair?
Fuck, I have no idea.
I mean, you said you got a mullet. Of course, I don't wear a mullet.
I have no idea what it does for black people's hair.
So,
Don't y'all use like your own like special shampoos and
yeah,
shit?
we make our own shit.
Yeah. Shea butter and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know.
But hey,
But listen, what they do have that white, black, Asian, anybody can appreciate
Mhm.
is the ball trimmer, which is
See?
about all I need. It's water resistant, so you can use it in the shower.
Okay.
It has a light, and it's got that nick-free blades. Brrr, so when
Yeah,
you
because I can't cut
won't
my
nick-
balls.
you ain't
I
gonna
don't
nick
want
your
to bleed
balls
to
all
death. I don't want to bleed to death. I don't want my autopsy
they even have
to
the
be that bad.
2.0 ear and nose trimmer, totally revamped with new improved blade and motor. I love it. I love mine. I've got all of them. I've got like 3 years worth of Manscapes. They send me one every year. I love them. That skin safe technology reduces nicks, snags, and tugs. It comes with the ball crop preserver. It's deodorant for your balls, so your balls don't stick to your leg when they get
Yeah,
all
'cause
sweaty.
in the summertime, my balls sweat like hell, man.
Yeah, they do. But this, you
Yeah.
put the little crop preserver on there, keep your boys from sticking to your leg. The brand new beard trimmer pro kit. Tidy up your beard.
Yeah.
Comes with a nice little
yeah.
comb and all that shit.
Okay.
They got 9+ products plus wet goods, everything you need to craft your signature look. To start the spring also marks the start of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm.
So they've partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to ball cancer and
You know how to
just
check your
generally.
balls for cancer.
No,
I mean,
how do you do it? You want to check
you know-
mine?
You know what? I've heard about it.
Okay.
But I've been more interested in how women check
Their boobs.
Their boob, yeah, the titties.
I think it should be that men just check women's boobs and women just check man's balls.
Right. I mean, because
Just to be fair.
I
For science.
be feeling on the
Yeah.
titty, and sometimes I get the sucking on the nipple. Like that ain't a part of the exam, breast
You're like,
exam.
"Shh,
Like
I'm a doctor.
right.
Shh.
Yeah, I'm listening. You listening through your lips? Yes.
Yeah.
My tongue can tell.
It's like
me,
a dog. A dog's tongue
Right.
can like sense like sicknesses. And
Yeah. Like hush. you know. You hear the sucking noise. Did you find a lump? Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm sucking.
well,
it
how
out
do you
right
how do you check your balls?
now. I don't know.
You're asking me. You were generally asking.
Right.
I don't know.
Heavy.
I don't
Okay.
fucking know.
I think it's just you just grab your ball and just feel around. You feel around your each
Oh,
ball.
I'm good at that.
And
I
if
do
it's-
that every
if it's
night.
a lump on it or something, I think.
I would know if something felt off of my balls because I touch my balls a lot. Right now, you get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Wolfpack at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Wolfpack at manscaped.com. Don't just get your money back this year. Get your swagger back too with Manscaped.
Now, do Manscaped have something to get your hair off out the crack of your ass?
Yeah, that fucking trimmer, man, goes right up your ass.
Up your ass.
Yeah, just right up your ass. Just lube it up and stick it right up in there.
Now,
I'm just kidding.
do you have you shaved your ass?
Fuck
with it?
yeah, I have.
Okay.
I go right up the sides of the crack.
Dang.
Because I don't like it when I jog and then my ass hairs tie up. They tie themselves in a knot. Oh, it fucking hurts.
Mm.
Fucking hurts.
I'm
Yep,
gonna-
there's a
I'm
picture
gonna
of
have
it.
to check out Manscaped for real.
Dude, I love that. See, right there, that's the ball trimmer thing right there.
Okay.
I think it's got a little light on it. Little mower. Got the boxer brief. Best boxer briefs of all time. I wish I could just buy the boxer briefs. Oh, you can. You can go right on the site and just buy the boxer briefs 2.0. Those boxers are so damn comfortable, man. I love it.
I had to
love
get
'em.
rid of briefs, man. I like wearing.
Oh, how'd they get that picture of me on manscaped.com? I'm just kidding.
model for them now?
That's not me. It looks like Will Smith back in his younger days, to be honest with you. Well, that was an awesome show, guys. We're gonna have a whole week of stuff. We've got tons of news tomorrow, so get ready. Jay Derrell and I will be a lot more organized and a lot better when we have our own sets, and we're in our own little space and our own little office. So right now, we're just trying to make do with this little studio setup that we have. I mean, we love this studio. I've been in this studio for a year, but because we're moving stuff from this studio to the new studio that we don't rent, we own. Some equipment's over there, some equipment's over here. We're building walls and putting up tripods and other cameras, and I'm having to shift things back and forth until that thing gets up. I thought it was going to be done today, but they had to rerun some electrical, and so that took up a good portion of the day when they were supposed to be mudding and sanding. They spent half the day working out some kind of electrical kink. But anyway, for all the guys that were in the paid chats tonight, Crockett Cassidy, Deadleg, Me Potato, That's Cool Dude, David J, as always, Will Cray, all you guys, Falconator, Imperial Girl. Thank you guys so much. Just going back up through there, TJR. I'm not going to go any further because I'll just end up doing this all night. So if I didn't miss you, it's only because I only scrolled up once. So if you were on the last 5 or 7 chatters, however many names I just named, then congratulations, you got a shout out. Next time, just try to chat more. Jake from State Farm says hi. He wants a quick shout out. So, all right, no more shout outs. You guys you're fucking late. You don't get to do it. Just kidding. Jay, thanks a lot for tonight. And we're going to hit it hard in the new studio.
Man,
Next
can't
Monday.
wait. Can't wait.
We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to come out with lots of content.
Yeah.
For you guys, head over to YouTube. Subscribe to the Feather Stop channel. There's so much shit for first responders on there. I can't even begin to tell you how much is on there for everybody. People just downloaded a bunch of new stuff to Patreon. I've got like a whole bunch of Patreons dropping. I'm just trying desperately to wait to get into the new studio, guys. So please be patient. I'm going to do some book reading in there for the Patreon members, read chapters of the books for you guys.
And I'm going to put my movie in there.
You're going to put, yeah, that's right.
Blue
Because you were
Cross?
in a movie,
Yeah.
Blue Crossing. You like helped write it and produce it and all the shit.
Yeah.
So he's going to drop his movie. Oh, that's really nice of you. He's going to drop
They're
his
short.
movie
They're
over there.
short films.
Short films.
So I have a short film series called the Wicked series where I play a police detective.
Oh.
I'm like a second generation officer who has issues, family issues.
Mm.
And if anybody who's work in the EMS, fire department, police department, any emergency services and you work, you're going to have family issues, outside of work, and whether it interferes with your job or not, to each its own. But those are the series. That's what it's based on. I'm the lead actor in that.
I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be on Patreon, and hopefully next week, Jay Derrell won't be dying of emphysema or whatever the fuck he's got going on.
What it is, man, I don't. I took all my medicine and stuff, but when you cough up your phlegm, I don't spit it out.
Oh, yes,
So
you gotta spit it out too.
So it's still all up.
No,
in
you
here.
gotta get rid of that.
It's all loose now. I've been spitting up today.
Spit it all out,
and
man.
I'm
Get
like,
it all
"Ooh."
out.
But
Get it all out. Never swallow. Always spit. Like a real man. Like a real man. All right, guys. For myself and Jay Derrell White, we'll see y'all next week. Guns up and giddy up.
peace out.